Assalamu alaikum and good evening. You are watching HumSub.TV and I am Munib Hamid with the news. Prime Minister Abbasi orders power sector overhaul to tackle circular debt. Prime Minister Abbasi on Thursday directed an overhaul of the power transmission, distribution and recovery process for distribution companies for cutting down inefficiencies, reducing administrative losses and to find a permanent solution to circular debt. He was chairing a meeting at the Prime Minister's office to review issues related to furnace oil and petroleum. The meeting was attended by Minister for Power Sardar Awais Ahmed Laghari, Secretaries of Finance, Power and Petroleum Divisions, MD Pakistan State Oil and senior officers of concerned departments. Pakistan Army warns United States against unilateral action in Pakistan. The military on Thursday warned the US against unilateral action, saying that despite its desire for cooperation on Afghanistan, there could be no compromise on national respect and sovereignty. The armed forces are working with friends and want to continue doing so, but there can be no compromise on our national honor. We do not want a conflict with our friends, but will ensure the security of Pakistan, the military spokesperson Major General Asif Ghafoor told a media briefing, recalling that the country was being threatened with unilateral action by the United States. The Inter-Services Public Relations Chief spoke in both English and Urdu in what appeared to be an effort to convey the institutional sentiment to an international audience. Indian design to hamper CPAC project to be foiled, asserts Ahsan Iqbal. Interior Minister Ahsan Iqbal has said that conspiracies being hashed by India against the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor will be foiled with the support of the people of Pakistan. Talking to journalists after inaugurating the Executive Passport Office here on Thursday, he said that India was using the soil of Afghanistan for such conspiracies, but expressed the hope that the CPAC project would be made successful. He said that Pakistan allowed the mother and wife of Indian spy Kulbhushan Jadhav to meet him purely on humanitarian grounds, but the same day the Indian army violated the ceasefire agreement and opened unprovoked fire from across the line of control, resulting in the martyrdom of 3 Pakistani soldiers. NAB opens its door to public. National Accountability Bureau has for the first time said that anyone can lodge a complaint with the Bureau directly. The decision to open the Bureau's door for public was made by NAB Chairman retired Justice Javed Iqbal while receiving and hearing corruption-related complaints of common men at the organization's headquarters here on Thursday. Earlier, only the chairman received public complaints directly from complainants, but on Thursday he directed heads of all regional headquarters to hear public complaints directly on the last Thursday of every month. Election Commission of Pakistan invokes Article 220 to seek help in delimitation. In a rare exercise of its powers, the Election Commission of Pakistan has invoked Article 220 of the Constitution to seek assistance of the federal and provincial authorities concerned in the delimitation of constituencies and revision of electoral rolls. In a separate letter issued to the Secretary of Statistics Division, 4 provincial chief secretaries and additional chief secretary of the federally administered tribal areas, the Election Commission of Pakistan has asked them to furnish by January 10 data, maps and other information related to delimitation. A senior ECP official said that international lethargy had forced the Commission to invoke Article 220, which reads, "It shall be the duty of all executive authorities in the Federation and in the provinces to assist the Commissioner and the Election Commission in the discharge of his or their functions." Frivolous petitions, service-related litigation overburdening Islamabad High Court. Litigation over service-related matters and frivolous petitions are adding to the burden on the country's constitutional courts, hampering the smooth administration of justice as petitioners have to wait decades for a decision in their cases. Established in January 2011, the Islamabad High Court has often seen relatively unknown lawyers filing person-specific petitions in order to gain media attention. Annoyed by the practice, some IHC judges have even fined such frivolous petitioners for wasting the court's time. Two Saudi princes released from detention. Two sons of Saudi Arabia's late King Abdullah have been released from detention at Riyadh's Ritz-Carlton Hotel, days after nearly 20 other detainees in the two-month-old anti-corruption campaign were also freed. Saudi Arabia's Attorney General approved the release of Prince Mishal bin Abdullah and Prince Faisal bin Abdullah after they reached financial statements with the government. The Attorney General had not yet reached a decision on whether to release a third brother, Prince Turki bin Abdullah, said a source. A related member of the royal family, Princess Nauf bin Abdullah bin Mohammed bin Saud, tweeted photos of the two princes and exclamation of thanks on Thursday. At least 15 dead, building destroyed by fire in Mumbai. Fire tore through a Mumbai building where a rooftop party was being held early on Friday, killing at least 15 people and leaving many injured, police said. The blaze started just after midnight in a top-floor restaurant in the center of the city and quickly spread to the adjacent two bars, destroying the entire building in 30 minutes. Most of those who died were women at a party at the restaurant, Mumbai's disaster management authorities said. Chinese military tells India to control border guards. The Chinese military has told India to control its border guards to improve bilateral ties. Chinese defense spokesman Colonel General Jiang Qiang said the highlights of his country's international military cooperation in 2017 included handling hotspot issues like Doklam. About a recent incident in which an Indian drone crashed on the Chinese side in the Sikh sector, Colonel Ren declined to reveal details and whether the parts of the drone recovered by Chinese troops have been handed back to India. On December 7, China had launched a diplomatic protest, with India claiming that an Indian drone has intruded into its airspace and crashed into the Sikkim section of the border, which included Doklam. United States and Turkey put end to visa spat. United States and Turkey on Thursday turned the page on a visa crisis triggered nearly 3 months ago by the arrest of a staff member at the American mission in Ankara, but relations between the NATO allies remain tense. The two sides announced the resumption of full visa services for each other's citizens, but their statements revealed lingering misgivings between the countries who are partners in the fight against the militant Islamic State group. Washington said it had won assurance from Ankara that no further legal proceedings would be launched against its staff, though the Turkish embassy in the U.S. capital insisted no such assurances have yet been given. Trump says China's stance on North Korea influences the U.S. trade policy. U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday said he had been soft on China on trade issues, and he said that he was not happy that China had allowed oil shipments to go into North Korea. I have been soft on China because the only thing more important to me than trade is war. Trump said on Twitter that China has been caught allowing oil into North Korea and said such moves would prevent a friendly solution to the crisis over Pyongyang's nuclear program. United States city elects first ever Sikh woman mayor. A woman of the Sikh community has become the first ever mayor of Northern California's Yuba city. Preet Didbal's rise to mayor was celebrated as long-awaited affirmation of the Sikh community's contribution in California. Yuba City's annual Sikh parade attracts upward of 100,000 visitors every November to honor the teachings of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism. The Sikh religious minority has an estimated 500,000 followers in the US and 25 million worldwide, and Didbal's ascension came as Sikhs have made political inroads nationwide. Alabama certifies election despite last-ditch Roy Moore legal case. Democrat Doug Jones has been certified as the winner of the Alabama Senate race despite a last-ditch legal case by the defeated Republican Roy Moore. Republican state officials confirmed the 12 December special election result one day after Mr. Moore claimed election fraud and called for a rerun. Mr. Moore had been expected to win the conservative state, but he was dodged by allegations of child sexual misconduct. Mr. Jones will be sworn in by Vice President Mike Pence on 3rd January. Blaze Bronx fire. 12 die in New York apartment block. At least 12 people have been killed and 4 others critically injured in a fire at an apartment building in the Bronx borough of New York. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio said the fire was the deadliest in the city for at least 25 years. The victims include a 1-year-old child, he added. The cause of the fire on Prospect Avenue near Fordham University and the Bronx Zoo is not yet clear. More than 160 firefighters helped bring the blaze under control. Double Centurion Cook puts England in charge. Alistair Cook reeled off a record-breaking double century to put England in full command of the 4th Ashes Test with a formidable 164-run innings lead in Melbourne on Thursday. The stoic opener emphatically bounced back after a lean run of scores to finish the day unconquered on 244 of 409 balls. At the close, England were 491 for 9. Along the way, Cook surpassed the highest score by visiting batsmen in a test match at the famous Melbourne Cricket Ground, batting the 208 by West Indian great Viv Richards in 1984. Now the weather forecast for next 24 hours. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country. Dense foggy conditions are likely to prevail over plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours. That's all for now. For more news and updates, keep watching HumSub.TV. Take care. Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.